of the Bronx. We are here for Game 7. The Boston Red Sox, the New York Yankees. The winner of this game goes on to the World Series.
What's up, everybody? Welcome to the Baystate Sports Podcast. My name is Pat Houston. This is Brennan Kukin. Let's get right into it.
Let's rip it. Baystate Sports, episode 24. We're going to crush out the Red Sox real quick. Big story just dropped yesterday. Craig Breslow, president of baseball, or chief baseball officer.
So the new Heim Bloom.
The new Bloom. The way I look at it, he's candidate number 10 on the list. So, not your first choice, not your second choice, a little further down. But he did do good things in Chicago.
And that's what you can ask for, right?
Yeah.
So, if you're the Red Sox, you're not really in the position to get a guy that's like number one on your list, because let's be real here. At this current state in the Red Sox, after seeing what ownership did to Heim Bloom, whether you agree with what he did or not, they were essentially just like, the fans want you out, so get out. And there was really no backing from ownership, whether there should have been or not. I'm still kind of on the side of there probably shouldn't have been. But whether there should have been or not, there was really no backing. So I feel like a lot of people are looking at it like, maybe we shouldn't have. I don't want to go there because I don't want to be in the same situation if I don't achieve my goals in a couple of years, blah, blah, blah. So they're not really in the position to get the guy that is number one on everyone's list, even though we are the Red Sox and we are that dynasty team. But at the same time, it seems like we got a pretty decent guy. He was the assistant GM on the Cubs, and the Cubs are okay.
Well, the big thing that he did was build the pitching staff in Chicago.
Which is huge, is what we need.
Yeah, they have some awesome arms. The big name connected to Breslow is Justin Steele, who is a stud. Like, Cy Young written all over him. Wicked
Really?
young player. Yeah. And he has glowing review from Theo Epstein. And, Theo's our guy.
Yeah.
So he wouldn't just sell us a bag of goods on this, The big thing with the Sox, they really made it hard to get a good GM at this point.
Yep.
I wasn't a big Dombrowski guy, but he did win the World Series and put up a historic team, a historic season 2018, and then he got canned the next year. And then you bring in Bloom, and he does his job, but he rebuilt the farm, which is what they brought him in for. But the rate of turnover as a GM
is alarming for a lot of GMs, I'm sure.
A huge red flag.
Yeah.
A huge red flag. And a lot of GMs would look at this situation and be like, if I succeed, I'll get fired. If I fail, I'll get fired. Really can't trust that ownership,
No. So realistically, well, not realistically, but ideally, what would be great if would happen with the Red Sox if we just sold the team. But
I've been going for that.
We know you've been on that train. But I just don't see that happening. I don't see John Henry giving up his blessed Red Sox or his blessed Globe that no one reads anymore.
Or Nesson. Or WEI. He controls the team and he owns WEI, Nesson, and the Globe. So, if you're looking for authentic sports dialogue, this is the place to find it.
Baystate Sports Podcast, because you're not going to find it on Nesson.
or EEI, the narrative is controlled.
And you know what the funny thing about Nesson is, too? Is that I like Nesson.
I do, too.
And EEI has its shining moments here and there. I don't love everyone on EEI, but I like Nesson. Like, Forsberg he's a nut and kind of a weird ball.
Karen.
But yeah.
Yeah.
But... he's fun. He's a fun little personality for the Celtics. Yeah. And honestly, his reporting is pretty good.
Yeah.
And then you have the Eddie Houses of the world who are just there to talk ball. And then you have the Kendrick Perkins of the world who just make up stories to get views. But at the same time, that's a kind of a red flag that he owns the media.
Yeah, all the avenues. He owns all the avenues for the Boston Red Sox except for us. Mm-hmm. And of course the Sports Hub, but we are like the independent player in the game, which we always will be.
And Bastards of Baseball, shout out Nick.
Yep, shout out to the Bastards, of course. But that really is what you're looking at with Breslow. He's never been a GM, so you're definitely worried if he has the guts to make big trades when you need to make them.
Neither has Brad Stevens.
Yes.
And look at what he's been up to.
Look at Brad. Everyone thought Brad would get way too attached to the guys he coached and grew up with. No. No. Heartless.
Yes.
Heartless, cold blood killer.
Yep.
Moved players, didn't feel attachment, did what was best for the team. So when it comes to Breslow, he's a former player, so he definitely knows what it feels like to be abandoned by the front office.
Yep. When
you have a contender and then you abandon them.
Mm-hmm.
So it'll be interesting to see how it plays out. That's for sure.
Yeah, but as a player too, I think as a player, yes, you understand what it's like to be abandoned by a team, but at the same time, you realize I don't know if in his case he realized, I can't speak for him, but the way I see it is he kind of realizes, he was a GM, so he knows what the business side of it now.
Yeah.
So he might just be like, you know what? Yeah, it's going to suck for this guy to go from the Red Sox to, I don't know, name any bad team. I would say the D-backs, but apparently they're good.
Yeah, right?
Yeah, right? I would have said the
World
D-backs
Series.
in the beginning, but I'm surprised. They're in the World Series. Were we roasting the D-backs earlier in our podcast? In the beginning of the season? I don't think we were.
Their name
I might have
came
made
up.
a joke about
Their name
them.
came up.
Yeah.
I'll have to check the tape.
We'll check the footage.
But
that might have been our bad take of Baystate Sports season. What are
for
we on,
baseball, this is season 3.
Yeah, season 3. That might have been our bad take of the season.
It
was that one.
Definitely.
Last season it was
Sacramento.
Yeah, and the season before that it was Cleveland. So
yeah. So
might be the D-backs, which, hey, if it's not basketball, I'm okay with it.
Yeah, right?
We've been pretty bad with the basketball. Our bad takes have been regarding basketball. So if we're switching over to baseball, that's okay.
Yeah.
I'll take that. Take that one off the chin. But, no, yeah, he might... I'm hoping he comes out and he's a good GM. We'll have to wait and see. We'll see if he gets roasted during Frozen Fenway. We'll find out.
Yeah.
We'll see what the Bruins fans, by the way, if you see us looking that way and getting excited or getting angry, the Bruins are on the TV behind you.
Playing the Ducks.
The Bruins undefeated.
Undefeated.
We'll get to them.
We will.
But let's talk
in the meantime
about the New England... Any more comments on the Red Sox?
No.
Good?
I'm good.
We got a new GM. That's it. Nothing else.
That's pretty much it.
Nothing else exciting happened. We'll keep you updated when it does.
Yep.
Patriots. I just recorded the recap on the way over here. We'll have that up.
Probably tonight.
Or
tomorrow.
Yep. We'll see. Just recorded that recap. Tune in. Usually go live on Instagram.
Yeah, we got it on. The clips are going to be on Instagram and the new TikTok page, which has been popping off.
Yeah, follow us on TikTok.
Baystate Sports Pod.
It's been a whole lot of fun. Help us out there. Get our views up. That's been cool. Get us in that algorithm, whatever that means.
That's how it rolls.
But, the Patriots have been pretty bad until last game. I really liked what I saw out of the Patriots the last game.
Yeah. I've been trying on every single show I'm on, I'm trying to get this point across, but everyone, takes the mic from me. The move of Mike Onwenu to right tackle.
Huge.
Massive.
Huge.
He was a right tackle. He played tackle.
The offensive line wasn't terrible.
It wasn't terrible. And
it wasn't good, but it wasn't terrible.
It was,
it was okay.
To their standards.
It was good.
Phenomenal.
Yes.
For their standards, absolutely phenomenal.
The standards are low, but phenomenal nonetheless.
But, an average offensive line.
Yeah.
Which they have been
all you need.
The furthest thing from it all season.
Yeah, it's been the worst offensive line.
Yes. And Mike Onwenu was a tackle his rookie season.
Yep.
And he had been forced and, pushed and molded into being a guard with Cole Strange. But he's just such a physical athlete. He can move.
Yeah.
Putting him at the tackle position instead of what that rotating door of Adarian Lowe, City So, Antonio Mafi, Anderson, Reef, these guys could not stay on the field. You had Reef and Anderson who are old and crippled. Mm-hmm. They can't stay on the field to stay healthy. And then
not to mention their turnstiles.
Yeah, their turnstiles. And then So and Mafi are penalty machines because they're wicked young.
Yeah.
Mike Onwenu's that guy. He's been on the team for 3 years.
Yeah.
He's a wicked good athlete.
Yeah.
They finally figured, let's try Mike again.
Yeah.
Let's try Mike at tackle.
Well, Cole Strange came back.
Yes, that's true.
So they put him over to right tackle, right?
Yep.
They put him?
Yeah. Trent at left and Mike at right.
So, Cole Strange was his downfall, and Cole Strange also put him in the right position. So, worked out.
Yep.
But, no, you're right. I took the same thing away. I actually didn't even mention that in the recap. I said they were less bad. Definitely it made huge contributions to that line. The line looked like it was clicking, too, so I wonder if there's something behind the scenes on when he was like, dude, I can do that better than these morons.
And it was Skarnecchia just got inducted, and he got the red jacket. Mm-hmm. I don't know if he said something or motivated them or something, because when he was here, they ran a unit.
Oh, yeah.
Oh,
yeah.
But keep going. Sorry.
No, you're good. Cole Strange, good to see him back.
Yep.
He looks good. I'm happy with Cole Strange. I feel like at the end of the year last year, we were like, is Cole Strange really that good? He was kind of making some stupid plays. He was kind of doing some rookie things.
Yeah.
Which, again, can you blame him? He was a rookie.
Yeah.
So now, coming into his second year, he's been on and off IR, or just he's been on and off injury.
He's been hurt this year.
So it's been tough in that position because I think Bill puts a lot of chips in on Cole Strange.
Yeah. Taking a guard in the first round.
Yeah, you probably should.
Got to be the guy.
Yeah. So I think Bill's been putting a lot of his chips in on Cole Strange. So he's been kind of reserving that spot for him for when he's healthy.
Yeah.
I assume that's probably why he had the extended timeline to come back to make sure he's healthy.
Yeah.
Because he's so young, you don't want to get him injured throughout his career, and Bill is a long game guy. So who also just signed a 3-year extension?
Belichick.
I think so.
I didn't know that. I didn't know the years.
He just signed a contract extension, and I believe, I might be wrong, but I believe it was 3 years.
Because the news I heard, because the media was flooded with is this Bill's last year? And we talked about that on the last podcast.
Yeah. Neither one of us thought it was.
And then the news dropped that Sunday.
Of course it did.
And he leaked it. He leaked it
Bill?
Through a source, I think at Rappaport.
Yeah.
And said he signed a long-term lucrative contract. That was the story. So that could mean a lot of things.
It might not be 3 years. I might be getting that.
It could have.
But
I think he got it in the off season last year because a coach never goes into a lame duck year.
Yeah.
He's always signed through, and then you pay him to sit the last year or something.
Fair enough.
And a long-term lucrative deal could just mean 2 years. It could mean 5 years.
Could mean 10 years.
It could mean the 3 years that you were saying.
Yeah.
So, he's just trying to tell everyone, shut up, I'm going nowhere. And the team played so much better
After
knowing that.
Yeah.
You
Yeah,
know?
I wonder if that was part of it. I bet it was.
I think
Because
the Bill Belichick's job security and, could be gone would shake up a locker room.
Oh, yeah, 100%.
Playing for the greatest coach of all time, and he's gone, so what's the Patriots now?
Yeah, that's a great point because Bill Belichick is the Patriot way.
Yeah.
Even before Tom Brady, he set the Patriot way. Work hard, show up, do your job.
Yeah.
Be available. That's
Definitely.
the Patriot way.
Yep.
So, remove Bill Belichick from that. I mean, you still have Steve, you still have a lot of good supporting cast, but it's not Bill Belichick. No, in my book, it's not even arguably, but I'll say it for the sake that I'm on a podcast. Arguably the best coach of all time. I really don't think there's any arguments. I'm sure some Jets fan can come up with an argument, but Jets fans are probably almost as horrible as their team. So,
yeah.
Horrible and unbearable as Jackson Mahomes. But sorry, Jets fans, I had to roast you. But I think Bill Belichick being on this team, I didn't even think about this until you said it. I think that is a huge confidence boost for this team when they needed a confidence boost.
Yeah.
And you know what else I think is a confidence boost? Mac Jones throwing 2 touchdowns last game and beating the Buffalo Bills. I think
that's
that is
huge.
Massive for this team because everyone, including me, I said it on my last recap. Probably shouldn't have, but I did. I didn't think they were going to win this game.
I mean, I looked at it as probably a loss. I wanted to see how they would play. But it's Buffalo, they've owned you. Mm-hmm. Not the case. I mean, Jabril Peppers in that game, phenomenal. Again, that kid is playing with pride.
Oh, yeah.
Going into this week, that was what I kept thinking. Where's the pride
to
play for the Patriots?
You're
playing for the New England Patriots, and you're in the running for the number 1 seed. Where's the pride? Mm-hmm. This is probably the most storied franchise in the history of football.
Oh, 100%.
The only franchise that comes close would be maybe Pittsburgh.
Pittsburgh, and then you could probably make an argument
Dallas.
of the
Dallas.
Pittsburgh, Dallas, and then the undefeated Dolphins.
Yeah. But
I think, the Dolphins, they had that good season, and then the rest of their history is kind of trash. But
in terms of a franchise in the entirety,
I think you can say that the Patriots and Dallas.
Yeah.
And in Pittsburgh, you can throw
with
in
Bradshaw.
there too with I mean, of course they had a fantastic run there, but I think modern era.
Yeah. No one's close in modern era.
No, I mean it's Patriots, and then you're gonna start seeing Mahomes start making a run at it. Because I mean, like him or not, Mahomes.
He's good.
Fantastic.
Very good.
Quarterback. Very good quarterback. Do I think he can compete with Tom Brady? No.
No.
Maybe in terms of records and stuff like that, but eventually his one weapon, Travis Kelce's going to get hurt, and then he's going to come back down to earth. Granted, we said this. People were probably saying the same thing about Tom Brady, and we said the same thing about Hill.
Yeah.
And Patrick Mahomes did fall off a little bit when Hill left, which is fair because your number 1 option is gone.
But he still won the Super Bowl
without Hill. So
there you go.
Patrick Mahomes is special. He's really good. I'm not ready to say he's anywhere near the legend that Tom Brady is, but I will say he has the potential to be on the same level of Tom Brady.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
No.
I wouldn't say the greatest of all time because what Tom Brady did was insane.
Yeah, we could do a whole nother pod.
You've never seen that. It's a whole different podcast. We're not going to get into it. Pip Mahomes, Brady, we're not getting into that any farther. But I think that what you were saying with the Patriots' pride, after beating our division rivals...
Yep.
Because I think you can fairly say that the Bills are our division rival at this point. Ever since we got smacked in that playoff game, I think that at this point, the Patriots take the Bills personally. if that was the other way around, 100% I would have been like, keep killing them.
Yeah.
So props to the Bills for winning that game, really. Props to the Bills for keep playing and proving a point. We're the team in the East now.
Yeah.
Is that going to last forever? God, I hope not.
Well,
but I think the Patriots proved their point.
Yeah, and you know, we've been big brother this whole time, and when I get a win like that, I grin because that's how it should be.
Yeah. Back to normal, baby.
Put Buffalo down below as they always go.
Yep.
And we're talking about how they're, you know, in their prime and everything. I want to do a tier list.
Okay.
A rankings. We'll do the AFC first.
Mm-hmm.
Of the AFC teams, my big team my hot take is Buffalo. Ain't it? Now that
I agree.
Now that Dayball is gone, McDermott looks like he's shaken up
A little bit.
and they really rely on Josh to do everything. And what happens when you give Josh the keys to the Lambo and everything?
Yeah.
He'll really try to spin it, and
he'll do too much.
he will. He will. He'll throw it away. He'll fumble it. I've seen it's a real clown show with Josh sometimes.
So the AFC. Let me split this into conferences so I know what's going on here. All right. So the AFC that consists of.
I put the Chiefs at the top.
Yeah. Duh. Yeah. You gotta. Right?
I
think Chiefs are the easy choice.
I think the Chiefs are in their own tier.
Yeah, they're the Chiefs tier. We'll put that on top. The Chiefs.
Because I don't think anyone's on their level.
I mean, we were just talking about how
I look at the
we're
West.
going to compare Patrick Mahomes to Tom Brady. So even in the West, I don't see anyone.
No one in the West.
Like
the North, the Browns are a good team this year.
Maybe you could say
but no one's on the Chiefs level.
Like the Eagles, but even then, are they even
they'll be their own. The NFC will be their own.
Yeah, but I'm just saying in
on
the
the
league,
Chiefs
is
level?
anyone on the Chiefs level? I wouldn't even say the Eagles. They have a young quarterback who's good, but their defense is
the Eagles
also
look
just
worse
good.
than last year.
Yeah, the Eagles don't look as good. The Lions. Can I point this out? The Lions are second place in the NFC.
Yeah,
that's insane.
That's amazing.
I love that.
That is amazing.
Maybe the Niners, but they have Purdy.
The Niners are. They're not on the Chiefs tier.
I think they just have a really good offense.
I think they're frauds.
Fair enough.
I'm gonna get into that too later.
All right, so AFC, we have the Chiefs. Below them, the next
I like the Browns and
the teams who are 5-2
in an A tier.
Miami, Baltimore, Jacksonville, all 5-2. Steelers 4-2. Cleveland 4-2. Bills 4-3. Texans, take that Bills. Texans 3-3.
Okay.
Surprisingly.
Yeah, CJ.
Jets 3-3. Bengals 3-3. Big fall off from them.
Yeah.
They look bad.
Yeah, they do. That's something I was gonna get into.
Colts 3-4. Raiders 3-4. Titans 2-4. Chargers 2-4. Also surprising. Patriots 2-5. Denver 2-5.
And with the Colts, they got robbed. I don't know if you saw that Colts game, but 2 phantom PI and roughing calls, something like that.
These refs have been unhinged.
Absolutely screwed the Colts.
Yeah.
There's
there's been a couple games where teams have gotten screwed by the refs this year. I don't even like using the refs as an excuse.
Yeah, but
I think that's a lame excuse. Sometimes you could be like, what script were you following where you made that call? Yeah, what an awful call.
Yeah, it can get ugly sometimes. I'd say the way I look at it, of course, it's Chiefs, and then below them,
the A tier.
I like Cleveland a lot this year.
I think they've been pretty good.
Their quarterback situation is very iffy.
Their backup seems better than Deshaun.
Yeah,
and he seems to understand the system a whole lot better than Deshaun.
He's still young and makes mistakes, but he
doesn't.
Definitely seems better.
He doesn't make appropriate moves at a rubber tug.
Yeah, right.
And they lost their
their superstar running back.
Yeah.
It's like Amari Cooper.
Yeah, who's been pretty good.
And Peoples-Jones.
Peoples-Jones, I like. He's a fantastic receiver.
But they live on that defense. Yep. It's almost like what the Jets had last year, but better.
Yeah.
Because they're winning games. You know, whereas the Jets have not been winning games with a Super Bowl caliber defense.
The Jets.
Cleveland has a Super Bowl caliber defense, and they're winning games.
Yeah, which is crazy to say about Cleveland.
Very. Because
Cleveland's up there with the Jets, with just one of those franchises.
Fraudulent franchise.
Spirals.
Yeah. So I for some reason, I'm drinking the Kool-Aid on Cleveland in that A tier.
I can't tend to agree with you, but I like it. We'll ride with that.
Miami,
I think you got to put Miami in the A tier. They look good.
They haven't played a good team.
I know, but as of now, going on week 8, I think you got to put Miami in that A tier. Their defense is fantastic.
Okay.
Their offense on paper is fantastic.
Yes.
And they've been injured, and they've still been fantastic.
Great. Devon Kane, Raheem Mostert.
Mm-hmm. Raheem Mostert's been playing his ass off,
too. The big weakness with the team last year was they had one play, which was Tyreek and Jalen just throw the ball.
Jalen's out, too.
Now they can run. Now they play defense.
Tua can run, too. Well, he probably won't much because he can't.
Very fragile.
Yeah, his brain is glass.
But yeah, no, I mean, for now we can put Miami up there, but I'm skeptical on Miami.
Yeah, I'm skeptical of Miami. This could change. We'll do another one later on in the season.
Yeah, Patriots play them in a couple days.
Yeah, it's 2 days. Sunday.
Yeah.
So tune in. If the Patriots beat them on Sunday,
take them down to C tier.
Put
the Patriots up to B.
I think we put the Patriots up to C tier. But anyway.
If the Patriots beat the Dolphins, I'm all in.
Oh, we're sold.
I'm all in.
We drank the whole gallon of Kool-Aid.
Yes, I already started drinking Kool-Aid.
Oh yeah.
After the Buffalo game,
the Kool-Aid's already half gone. We had a quarter of a gallon left.
I'm all in if they beat Miami.
Honestly, I'm with you.
They go down to Hard Rock. They haven't won a game in 2019.
So we're moving them up to B. If the Patriots beat Miami, we're moving them
they
up
go
to
from
B tier.
They go from D to B.
We will do a special podcast that is like 30 seconds long that just moves the Patriots up to B tier, and then we'll talk about it for like 30 seconds and then cancel. Actually,
we're speaking it into existence.
We'll do it into the recap.
Yes.
We'll do a recap
I'll put a tier list in.
And we'll put the tier list in.
A little bit of a shift.
The only thing we're going to change is the Patriots going into B tier.
Yes.
Or if another team does something crazy.
Yeah.
Okay, cool. So, Miami, we're top A tier.
A tier.
Okay. Ravens.
For now.
What are your thoughts on the Ravens?
See,
sorry for listeners. Whatever.
They're always like this in the regular season.
Yeah, and then they just choke in the playoffs every single time.
They'll always choke in the playoffs.
Yeah. I hope they don't, because I like Lamar.
I know.
But at the same time, I hope they do.
But look at the NFC North right now. I mean, Cincy's really falling off. I think Pittsburgh is a lot better this year.
Yeah.
I think Cleveland, of course, is a lot better this year.
But would you put any of those guys in the A tier? I wouldn't.
I know. I was overrating Cleveland. They're B tier.
Yeah.
Cleveland's in the B tier.
Okay.
Baltimore challenges the A.
Yes. I think you can put...
Because they fixed...
So we're holding standards real high right now.
Yeah.
No, I feel like that's fair.
Yeah, I mean, it should be hard to get into A tier, you know?
Yeah, I think...
Because anyone in the South in A tier? I don't think so. Indy...
no.
Indy, Houston...
No.
Who else down there? Jacksonville? No.
AFC South. Jacksonville?
No, they're not A tier.
No, they're B. I would say they're B tier. At most.
Yeah.
Titans are like...
Titans, no shot.
They're there with us.
So I think in the A tier...
Colts are not good, especially after they lost Stroud?
Richardson.
Anthony Richardson. Texans are not that good, and they're kind of a fraud right now.
In the A tier, it's probably just Miami and Baltimore.
Yeah.
What's Baltimore's record?
5-2.
Yeah.
I think Miami and Baltimore, you can put them in the A tier.
Yeah, I'd say so.
All right, B tier. I think you can put the
This
Bills.
is where you probably put Cleveland.
Cleveland.
Is probably where you put Buffalo. Because Buffalo's fringe, if they get healthy and they figure it out. Because right now you got Steph Diggs, who's pouting and avoiding the media because he's not getting 25 targets instead of only 20 targets.
What a diva.
Little bit of a diva.
Still really good.
Josh Allen, like, little bit of a klutz. Just
Yeah.
forcing plays, just ego. I don't know,
It
not
might
ego,
be a-
but just
it might be a little ego.
forcing plays, disrespecting Patriot defense.
He thinks. Well, he's been doing it like week after week.
All year, and
His interceptions are like
the game
a lot of them.
The game against Minnesota last year, when I drank the Minnesota Kool-Aid,
It was
Josh
hard
Allen,
not to. That team was good.
Josh Allen totally flopped out in that game.
Mm-hmm.
Like fumbled it in the end zone on a kneel down play.
Yeah. Yeah, it's
Really
bad.
So I'd say Buffalo is a solid B.
I think solid.
They're not C.
No,
But
I think
they're not A.
No, I think B is the perfect spot for
probably
Buffalo.
B.
B for Buffalo, baby.
B for Buffalo. And
Works.
Cleveland's probably in there.
And Cleveland, you can mix them in there. I think you can mix the Steelers in there.
Steelers, I was just thinking that. Not Cincy.
You know what? I'm putting Jacksonville in the B tier. I think
Okay.
Trevor
Lawrence. Evan Ingram.
That team's good, man. And I think Trevor just needed a year in the NFL to understand the NFL. Their offensive line is
They got Ridley.
pretty good.
They got Ridley
And
in the
their-
offseason.
And their offense is pretty good.
Who did they... They got another receiver, too. Like, they got these weapons around Trevor.
They have ETN.
Oh, ETN. Yeah.
Duh.
So they can run. But
Yeah, they can run. They have a
they're a B tier.
ETN already has 7 touchdowns in the year.
The
Christian Kirk, Calvin Ridley.
Jacksonville Jaguars are just like Buffalo, I'd say, in the B tier.
Yeah. I think they're a solid B tier.
It's like these teams are either really good offensively or really good defensively, but they're not complete.
Well, we talked about this earlier on, even before the season started, is the Patriots just need to be okay on offense and really good on defense,
And then
or
they're
okay
good.
on both, and you're good.
Yeah.
And I think we've been terrible on offense.
We
that
have.
doesn't help.
But
Similar to
could-
the Broncos.
Yeah, like the Broncos.
Are also ass.
Yep. Like the Steelers aren't really good offensively.
No.
Kenny Pickett's been bad. Pickens is still a decent player.
Kenny Pickett's been better.
Najee Harris has been bad.
Yeah, Najee's been pretty bad. Najee's been bad since year 2.
Yeah.
After his rookie year, he was just bad.
Yeah.
I'm worried that's going to happen to Bijan, but he's on a terrible team anyway, so it's fine.
That team was supposed to be like contending
Really
in the
good.
NFC.
Yeah, and
that team was a quarterback away from a Super Bowl.
They're 4-3.
I'm telling you, like in a weak NFC South, that team should be like
Their division isn't that bad besides the Panthers. The Panthers are bad.
Yeah, I mean the Buccaneers are respectable.
The Panthers are the only team who haven't won.
And the Saints are also respectable.
The Saints are good. Their defense, well,
Their
back
defense
to what
is
you were
good.
just saying. Their defense is really good, but their offense is non-existent.
Yeah.
Now that Kamara's back, it's been helping because he's been going off. But he's
Yes.
like their only bright spot.
Derek Carr isn't doing well.
We'll get to that.
That's the NFC. We'll get there.
Are we good with B?
Yeah, so who we have? We have Buffalo,
We have Buffalo,
Pittsburgh,
Pittsburgh,
Cleveland.
Buffalo, Pittsburgh, Cleveland, Do we put Baltimore?
Baltimore's
in?
A.
Okay. Buffalo, Pittsburgh, Cleveland, Jacksonville.
Jacksonville, yeah.
Who-
How about LA?
Jacksonville is a.
How do you feel about LA? They look terrible against the Chiefs.
Is LA in our division? Oh, the Chargers.
LA West.
Nope.
Do you have them in C?
I have them in. C.
Their defense is terrible.
I have them in. Their defense has been terrible. Their defense has been terrible for the last 4 years.
We didn't even get to J.C. Jackson. He's been great for the Patriots.
Yeah, what is wrong here? Is their offensive coordinator just the dumbest man alive?
I mean, their head coach is a total imbecile.
Oh,
Staley.
Yeah. Staley sucks.
But that team, I don't know, man.
They should be so good.
They're just the most Los Angeles thing I've seen.
It's very
superstar quarterback, 2 major wide receivers, Austin Eckler, and the running back. I mean, not the running back. The tight end they have.
Everett.
Everett, like they're just so flashy and fun. They don't win games.
No, they suck.
They're so bad on
They're
defense.
2-4.
They're atrocious,
Because
really.
they can't.
And they already had a
defense.
bye.
Yeah, and they can't play defense.
No, the
At all.
whole AFC West is atrocious. All it is the Chiefs. It's the Chiefs, and it's exactly like when the Patriots were running.
Dude, don't talk shit about the Broncos.
It's the same the same situation when the Patriots were dominating the league.
Yeah.
The AFC East was a total ant pit.
Yeah.
And then the Patriots were stomping on them.
Yeah.
That's exactly what's going on right now with the Chiefs.
It's ridiculous how much better the Chiefs are. And the funny thing is, strictly because of Mahomes.
Yeah.
Well, their defense is pretty good. It's not bad. But like we were saying about the Patriots, you have a great defense, you have a okay offense.
Yes.
It's the reverse for the Chiefs.
Yeah.
Best offense and best quarterback in the league right now. You agree with that?
Terrible line.
Terrible
weapons.
Doesn't really matter.
All it is
because you have Mahomes, so it's fine.
Yeah, legitimately, it's just Mahomes carries. He's what Josh Allen wants to be.
Exactly.
But Josh is not as finesse as Pat.
Not as good. So, all right.
We can move on to the C tier then.
C tier. Who are you starting with in this?
Vegas doesn't even make C for me.
The Patriots make C for you.
How much Kool-Aid did I drink? If you asked me this last week.
No, absolutely not. This week.
Oh.
Let's be fair to the Patriots here. I think they're in the D tier.
Their two best players are hurt.
Which puts them in the D tier.
Yeah. It's...
Unless they beat the Finns.
If they squish the fish...
If they squish the fish, then I literally look like Wendell Horse over here.
Windhorse.
Windhorse. If they beat...
Now,
here,
why would
Bill Belichick wait to be good until he played the Bills and the Finns? Tanking for a draft pick, but still winning.
Why would I let everyone speculate about my job security
until I got my contract?
Until now.
Until I got my contract. Okay, perfect.
I gotta put Windhorse behind us.
Yeah. Is that bigger from... Patriots are in D tier until they squish the fish, then they bump up to B tier, as we already agreed.
Yes, yeah, from D to B. But in C,
do the Jets squeeze into C tier?
No.
Okay, glad we agree on that.
They're better than last year, but last year they were F tier.
Yes.
Now they're D tier.
Yes. Good job.
Happy for you guys.
The Steelers.
Steelers are B tier.
Bengals.
No. Hot take.
That's a hot take.
Hot take. They're not C tier. They're bad.
Can they make their way up in the tiers as the season goes on?
I can see that team selling at the deadline.
I can too.
I can see T. Higgins getting shipped next week.
And I wonder if that's why they're bad. Similar to a situation where they're all just wondering about their jobs.
I wonder if that's part of it. They got Orlando Brown. That was supposed to fix their biggest weakness, which was the worst line in the league with Joey Ice, who
has been pretty bad this year.
He's hurt. He was hurt on the first day of training camp. They have, I think it's Kevin Boyd or something as their third receiver. He's actually not that bad. But if I'm the Bengals, you can't pay T. Higgins and Chase after you gave Burrow the bag.
Especially after Higgins has done nothing.
And they gave Orlando Brown the bag. That's a team that I can see selling at the deadline.
I think they'll sell, but I don't think they'll sell so much that they're even worse.
I think Higgins is on the block.
Yeah, but I don't
you're
think
right,
selling
it's not
Higgins
quite the
is going to make them worse.
How about Mixon? How do you feel about him this year?
He's been okay, but you can't really sell him.
But a step back.
Oh, 100%, but you can't really sell him.
Because last year he was a top back in the league.
Yeah, and now he's meh.
He's a meh running back.
But I don't know if you could sell him because who else do you have running the ball?
I think the biggest thing about Mixon taking a step back was...
You got to trade him for another running back.
Was Well, the reason he is because they're just offensively, if you can establish the pass or establish the run, it opens up the other very well.
Which is what you're seeing on the Patriots because they can't run the ball because there's no pass game.
As soon as Onwenu gets moved to tackle, Stevenson is running better,
and has
opens
holes.
up to Mario Douglas.
I mentioned this in my recap. Stevenson did okay. He had I forget what the exact number was, but I think it was 9 runs for 30-something yards, which is not great. But his receiving, he had 6 receptions for 51 yards.
Breaking tackles.
Yeah.
He's getting hit by 3 guys and still running.
And his reception isn't I'm throwing a deep ball to you. His reception is I'm throwing it behind the line and you're running.
It's a screen.
So it's really just a handoff, but with
a little more space.
Which is great because it means he's still good.
Yeah.
But everyone expects him to run.
Everyone expects him to be a power back.
And he's not. He's not even built like a power back.
He's elusive and he breaks tackles.
Yeah.
Which is what makes him really good.
Yeah.
They need him to be good.
Zeke is the power back.
Yes. Zeke is the guy on the 3rd and short.
Zeke, by the way, has been looking fantastic.
Zeke is such a good pickup. Felger, oh my God, just going off on how much he hated the signing and all this BS. Eat your words, bro.
Resend that one, buddy.
I'm checking the receipts right here.
Oh.
Anyways.
C tier.
C tier. I don't have the Bengals on it.
Interesting.
But
who is in our C tier right now? No one. I don't think anyone's in the C tier. Texans? No.
Yes. Yeah. Well, they're a C tier team right now.
Fair enough. I'll give you that.
They have a really good offense.
Their defense is okay.
Who's the kid? Not C.J. Stroud, but the receiver on Ryan's fantasy team. He's really good.
I forget.
Hold
on, let me look it up.
But
shout out Ryan.
Shout out Ryan. I'm interested in a trade.
You go to your fantasy team, who has been very good lately. Maybe that.
But
better, but good.
But yeah, I think maybe the Texans are in there.
Nico Collins.
Nico Collins is our guy.
That's exactly who we knew that the whole time.
C.J. Stroud, Nico Collins, Dawson Knox too, right? Or no, Dalton Schultz.
Yeah, Dalton Schultz.
Tight ends, big guys. Both names start with the same letter.
Yep. Fair enough.
Mix them up, but I think we played the Texans at one point this year. I know we did in preseason, but I think
we can beat the Texans.
It'll be close. The team I wanted to talk to you about was the Colts.
Yes.
Are they on the D tier or the C tier?
I think if their quarterback didn't get injured,
I think the D tier is
I think they're in the D tier.
It's us. Yeah. It's the Jets. It's the Raiders.
There's a lot of teams in the D tier right now.
Us, the Jets, the Raiders,
the Bengals, the Titans.
The Bengals. Yeah, the Titans stay out of F tier.
Barely. I feel like it's hard to put a team in F tier in the beginning of the season. In the first half of the season.
There are some you can.
Say it. I already know what you're thinking.
Like the Broncos.
Yeah. Yep. Sorry, Nick.
Yeah.
The Chargers, I would put them in F tier.
You put the Chargers in F.
Strictly because...
The polar opposite of the Broncos.
Yes. Strictly because that...
We just finished each other's sentences.
Welcome to the Baystate Sports Podcast.
The synergy is just...
There's a reason why we do this.
Locked in.
We've made it to 24 episodes. I love it.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, but exactly. It's like... They're the polar opposite of the Broncos. Their offense is great, and their defense is terrible. But their offense isn't great enough to win games.
No, they're not. Especially with Eckler kind of being terrible. I mean, he was hurt for 4 weeks.
He's just coming back. But, stupid mistakes by Herbert.
Yeah.
Last game, Herbert looked like freaking Mac Jones out there.
Yeah.
It looked terrible. In fact, I think if you put Mac Jones on that team, he would be just as good as Herbert.
Yeah.
Right now.
No, definitely. And
last year, Herbert was fantastic. This year, he's god-awful.
Yeah.
I think Brock Purdy's a significantly better quarterback than Herbert. Because they have similar weapons.
Yeah.
I mean, granted, Christian McCaffrey is the greatest running back the league's seen in a while.
CMC is better than Eckler if he stays healthy. I think Kittle's better than Everett.
Yes.
They also have Ayuk, and then
Debo. And then someone else that's filling in for Debo while he's injured.
But then Herbert has Allen, and Williams is hurt.
It's fair.
It's pretty similar.
It's a very similar offense where they're both really good, but also Shanahan is a very good head coach.
Yeah, and
so that helps. And I think Christian McCaffrey blows. I wouldn't even say he blows Eckler out of the water.
So far this year he does.
This year, yes.
But in career,
when Eckler's playing his best, I think it's closer. I still think McCaffrey has that edge on him just because he's McCaffrey.
He's him.
Insane. He's so good.
He's him.
On so many levels. He's just so good. He can catch, he can throw, he can... Literally, he can throw.
Yeah.
He's throwing touchdowns.
Yeah. No, he's such a good player.
He can do everything.
Yeah.
So, McCaffrey's the best.
Yeah.
But
you have Chargers in F.
I have Chargers in F.
I have Broncos in F.
I have Broncos in F.
And then is that it? I mean, the Raiders probably with us. They beat us.
Yeah, they're in D.
They're with us.
They're with D. And
the Jets.
Us in D. The Jets are with us in D.
How about the Colts? They're probably D.
They're D. I think you could say D. You could make an argument that the Colts are F because they just lost their
guy, but they've been a respectable team.
They haven't been terrible.
Yeah.
So
who else is in the AFC South? We said Jags in B. We said Texans in C.
AFC South? I think we nailed it. Oh, Texans, Colts, Houston's, and Jaguars.
Oh, Titans. Titans are D with us.
Yeah.
Is that everyone?
Are they?
You have Titans in F.
I mean, yeah. If they didn't have Derrick Henry, they'd be the worst team in the league. They'd be the Panthers.
But they do.
Yeah.
They do have them.
Yeah. But, who else?
I feel like the Titans are like us.
Yeah.
Malik Willis.
That's fair.
Starting soon.
No.
Still our guy.
Who's the?
He's so bad.
Is it Malik?
Tannehill.
No. It's the guy they drafted.
Oh, yeah.
What the hell is his name?
Will Levis.
Will Levis.
Mayonnaise in the coffee.
Yeah. Oh,
that's what he does.
That weird ball.
Mayonnaise
in the coffee, who was so confident he was going to be in the first round.
I know.
Doing all that dumbass shit. And it made me so... I'm swearing up a storm. I'm sorry. You got to put a PG-13 down on this one. But, dude, he was doing all that dumb stuff. And then...
He fell.
Yeah. Was it the second round or the third round? It might have been
I think it might have been the third round. Crazy.
That's awesome.
Yeah, I mean...
That's what you get for drinking mayonnaise out of a cup. Also...
There's rightful concerns.
My inside reporters...
Really?
I have an inside reporter... Sources. My inside sources who went to high school with him...
Oh, I actually know this source.
Says he's kind of an asshole.
Okay.
And very cocky.
Yeah.
Which I...
Character concerns.
Which
could make you fall in the draft.
Yeah.
I mean, if Jack Jones fixes his character, he's like a top 3 corner in the league.
But instead he brings a loaded gun to Logan Airport.
Ja Morant, same story.
Yeah.
Fixes his character.
Yeah, I mean, he's still top 25.
Yeah, but fixes his character and he's...
Top 10.
Top 10, top 5.
He, can play.
You know? So, I think we hit the nail on the head, you know?
Should we head off to the NFC? Or
you want to save it for the next one?
We'll save it for the next one.
We'll save it for the next one.
Let's shoot up a whole bunch of time.
So
let's save it for the next one.
So we'll move on to the Bruins who are currently playing the Anaheim Ducks.
Yep, and they are tied. Bruins are undefeated.
I just dropped the very first Baystate Bears recap.
I saw that.
The opener for it is gas.
It's gas?
It's so sick.
Tune in. Watch it.
The intro thing, dope. Love it.
This is our... If anyone wonders who's behind all the editing and things, I have nothing to do with it. It's all him. That's all him.
Look, couldn't do it without you, though. I don't want to talk into the mic for everything, you know.
Oh, I will do it gladly.
So, and I don't want, it to just be about me. It's
No.
Baystate Sports Show. It's Pat and Gooks.
It's the two of us, but you are the editing-in-chief. So, give you your flowers for that one.
We keep it grinding, Baystate Sports really taking off these days.
Yeah, we're actually doing pretty good.
So, we just keep chugging, right? Keep chugging.
Keep making content, as they say.
Pump it out. Right now.
Good content. Honest content.
Good, honest, authentic sports.
Sports.
No BS. Just
No BS.
Boston sports.
Boston sports.
That's going to be our next t-shirt. It's going to say it on the back.
Does this one say it?
No, that's...
real takes, real fans.
That one's like the more you can wear it wherever.
Yeah.
Whereas most of our stuff's like...
Might not want to wear that around someone who's concerned about licensing issues.
A little edgy, But anyways, back to the Bruins. So, Matt Patras, since we left off, rookie, 19 years old, scored 2 goals so far this season. I think he has 6 points. So, the kid's starting to take off. Very exciting to see. Brand new. I mean, you're looking for the Bergeron replacement.
Yeah.
You're not going to, crown him.
You're not expecting a rookie to do that.
To, take on that role yet.
Yeah.
But if he can fill the void at center somewhat.
Like a little bit.
That's huge.
Yeah, 100%. And I feel like it's kind of a confidence boost for the team, too. Seeing, like everyone leave in the offseason.
Yeah.
And be like, oh, we still have... But now we have this kid who is kind of filling the void of a lot of what we lost, which is cool, especially as a rookie. And I'm sure it's great for his confidence.
Oh, massive. Yeah.
That's got to be huge for your confidence. Like, one of the legends of the team just left.
Yeah.
And you're there to fill his void, and you're doing a good job.
Yeah. At 19,
hey,
180 pounds, 5'11", like that kid.
Like, he's not the biggest fella.
No, but he is making plays with the puck, whether it's scoring or assisting.
Mm-hmm.
The kid is doing it on offense, which they really need a spunk in that.
Yep.
Whereas Pavel Zacha is filling that defensive void that you've been missing when you were afraid of losing when you lost Patrice Bergeron. Bergeron, the best two-way center in the league. Pavel Zacha really taking it on the defensive end.
I had a feeling he was. Even watching him last year, you could tell he was... I mean, you would watch and be like, okay, well, yeah, Berge can do both. Obviously, because he's a legend.
Face-off king.
Yeah, and the face-off king. But it might be kind of nice to be able to swap in, like, okay, we need offense right now.
Yeah, your guy.
You can
whatever
send
you
a guy
need.
out there.
Yeah.
A fresh guy out there. Okay, we need defense. Okay, I can send this fresh guy out there. Right?
Yeah.
Instead, I mean, like, obviously, any day you take Bergie over those guys.
Yeah.
Obviously.
Yeah.
But the new dynamic, since he's not there, it's nice that you can play that card. You can say,
definitely.
Oh shoot, we need a goal.
Send in my offensive line.
Oh, we need to sit back and park the bus. Throw him in.
Yeah.
And the one's fresh, one's not. So you could throw both of them in and get both, best of both worlds. Are you gonna? No. But you could.
And the big thing that makes it work so well was when Coyle was in that first line with Pastrnak and with Marchand. Those are two guys. Marchand wants the puck.
Yeah.
He's an aggressive player, and he likes to score. David Pastrnak also very much wants the puck. More of a finesse player, but he wants to score as well.
And both of those guys can score.
And they both can, and they're very well, and they do it in their own ways.
Yeah.
Charlie Coyle is once again another puck-dominant player that is trying to score, and that all clashes. There's only one puck.
Yeah.
So when you move Zacha in that front line with more of a defensive presence with those two weapons on the right and the left, you have a much more balanced line that has a good offensive punch that can also play defense. I mean, you look at what McAvoy's doing, amazing. I love this second line with JVR, who's been phenomenal.
Yeah.
Patras has been the kid I've been watching a lot this season. And then I think Frederick. That squad on the second line has been very entertaining. Very entertaining. James Van Riemsdyk he has been able to score the puck with everyone right now. I remember when he played for Philadelphia. Philadelphia was a really good team.
Yeah.
And then he got hurt, and you saw that team fall off.
Yep.
The Bruins got him, and now that he's healthy, he's bringing that depth for that scoring offense.
You just got to keep
that
him
they
healthy.
need. They got to keep him healthy.
It's just you got to keep him healthy. But I feel like, where was he playing when he was back in Philly? What line was he on? Was he on the first line?
I think he was on the first line.
So, I mean, not having him on the first line is huge.
Yeah, definitely.
So, that will save him a little bit.
Yeah.
Similar to, like, an Al Horford type move where you bring him off the bench.
Definitely.
So, it will save him a little bit. It will give him a little less miles, which is great. And I'm trying to think of who else I was going to compare him to, where we did that with someone.
On the Celtics?
Different sports. I can't remember if it was Celtics or Red Sox. The point's moot now. But
all right.
it just we've seen it time and time again in Boston sports.
Yeah.
Where you bring a guy in who's used to playing on the starting lineup, and then they come in on a bench roll. Brogdon, duh.
Oh, Malcolm Brogdon, yeah.
They come in on a bench roll and they stay healthy for 90% of the year.
And they're very productive.
Yeah. Because they're a starter playing on the bench, but their
bench is that much stronger.
So it's great. So again, the Bruins, I wasn't too high on the Bruins starting the season. I was very worried about losing all these guys.
Yeah.
Now that the season's been playing, and we've kind of seeing that they're clicking.
Yeah.
First of all,
definitely.
I think this is a point you had maybe last podcast, the podcast before. Marchand, I think, is a big part of that, being the team captain.
He's been great.
As the team captain, I think he's been fantastic.
I love what he's been doing.
He's been doing great stuff with this team. He's brought the young guys together. He's brought the older guys together. But I think I'm wondering if the reason why they made that move to get rid of the guys, I mean, I don't think they planned on losing like Bertuzzi and like all those guys who left in free agency. Obviously, I think moving Taylor Hall was to keep Bertuzzi, and then
they avoided a huge hole with Taylor Hall. He's hurt again.
Really?
He was hurt earlier in the season. Just came back, played the Bruins, hurt again, shoulder. So he's getting older. He's very amazing to watch offensively, but very fragile player.
And that's what I'm wondering.
They dodged a bullet.
I'm wondering if they got rid of these older guys. Ooh, that looked like it hurt. I'm wondering if they got rid of these older guys because his knee is not working.
No.
That sucks. They got rid of one of these older guys because they're looking at the future and they don't want to be that team with like 8 guys that
tied into veterans
and they're just selling high.
Yeah. No, definitely. And the dual goalie tandem has been working.
Yep.
Those two have been great. I've never had questions about the defense.
No.
You know?
No.
Grzelcyk, McAvoy.
Yeah.
Electric players. Charlie McAvoy is one of the best defenders, and he is going to get that team into the playoffs. My biggest concern was the offense and the center depth. But what I'm seeing out of JVR these days, what I'm seeing out of Matt Patra, the guys behind your top guys,
are
Frederick,
solid.
They're solid players.
Yep.
Now the team, sorry, clear my throat for a sec. The team hasn't played the best competition yet. You know, they went out west. They played the Sharks. The Sharks are terrible. The Kings, they're not good. They went out west and they didn't play the Avalanche and they didn't play the Golden Knights, who are both also undefeated. Golden Knights, of course, reigning Cup champions, looking to be a favorite right now. Avalanche could give them a run. But they went out west and didn't play those teams. They played only the bad teams. Now they're coming back, playing Anaheim again. Anaheim's not good.
Nope.
The Red Wings are another. That team is 5-1. They're not bad. They're behind you in the standings slightly. They're still not that good. Your big test will be when you play Tampa.
Yeah.
You know,
Because Lightning is perpetually good.
Tampa's really good. Florida's hurt.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, I mean, I think the big thing for them is they're playing more free. They're having a little more fun. They're not overwhelmed with chasing the history and records and stuff.
Which I think is big for this team, because I think that's part of the reason why last year happened the way it did, because they got caught up in we're the best team that ever played.
Yeah, that was what it was.
Is kind
They're
of
like,
fair.
we want the most wins, we want the most
goals.
points,
Yep.
we want all that, and then we're gonna win the cup on the Golden Road and all. And basically, Bergeron played in a meaningless game, and he got hurt, and then he wasn't ready for Florida, and.
No, that was the
Kachuk
story.
killed him.
Yep.
Matty T. Oh, we just scored? No, it's a fight.
It's a fight.
All
Why
right.
are we breaking up this fight? Let the boys fight.
I know.
Is that a new thing in hockey that they just break up fights all the time?
They'll, tease it a little. They'll, sometimes they'll let it build.
Let the boys fight.
Sometimes you'll get a good one. But, I don't know, I guess
I said let
maybe
them
got
fight.
heated early.
Darn it.
Anyways, so you're looking at they'll win tonight, I believe. I think they're probably a playoff team.
Yeah.
And then but their first real game will be this weekend, Saturday night against Detroit Red Wings. And that's where you're going to get to see how they fare up against an actual good, somewhat good team.
Fair enough.
You know. We'll move into our last team if you want.
Celtics?
The Boston Celtics played their first game last night.
Yep.
How we feeling?
Jaylen Brown looked bad.
Yes, he did. Porzingis looked good.
Porzingis looked very good. Jason
Tatum looked amazing.
Very good.
Tatum looked like he took a step forward.
Drew Holiday, I have yet to be impressed with.
On offense.
On defense, he's been great.
On defense, he's looked amazing.
Yeah, he was locking down Julius Randle, which that Julius Randle's not a small dude.
My biggest thing with Holiday, he never gets beat. Whether it's under a screen or he just knows it's coming, he never gets beaten off the dribble ever.
I would like to see him be more productive on offense, though.
And I think part of that is he was just watching Porzingis and Tatum cook. It was like, I'm not going to get in the way of this, you know?
Al looked good.
Horford coming off the bench. I like that a lot. We were talking about
terrible.
that. Yep, he did. I think the Knicks are also a good team. I think I
don't think the Knicks are a joke. They're a great team, but I don't think they're a joke.
They're a scrappy team.
Yep.
You know, and a lot of people still think they're the Knicks of old.
No,
they have built a decent culture there. They went to the second round last year. They've been flirting with conference finals for a few years now.
Yep.
They're not a slouch like they used to be.
And they got better in the offseason, for sure.
Yeah, they did.
They just need to get rid of Evan Fournier.
Yeah, I know. They traded for Fournier from us.
Yeah, thanks. I think we thanked them when that happened, too.
Yeah, we got a TPE from that.
Yeah, we did. No, I don't think we used it, but anyway.
Anyways, that's on a podcast that we talked about that.
Yeah, look it up.
But when it comes to the Celtics, my big gripe right now is the use of Jaylen Brown. They're putting him in the wrong role.
Yes.
He's trying to figure out where he's supposed to be. With Jaylen, he needs to be slashing.
Yep.
He needs to start inside and work his way out. He can shoot
Agreed.
the ball. He's not Ben Simmons.
No.
But he's not Klay Thompson
He also
either.
didn't hit a single three-point shot all last game.
Yeah, he's not a catch-and-shoot guy.
No, he's not Sam Hauser.
He needs someone to, set a pick for him where he catches it.
Yeah, and he's wide open, and he'll knock down
And he'll
three.
pull it, on the run or
He doesn't
something.
even need to be wide open, but he just needs to be open.
Just in movement, you know?
Yeah.
If he's just standing there and he's not moving at all, then he's at his worst.
I think the biggest issue is
stationary.
the fact that Porzingis is there now.
Okay.
I think I agree with you. I think they're using him wrong, and I think that's because Porzingis is there.
Yeah.
Because I think Joe's still trying to figure out how to productively use Porzingis, Tatum. Because Tatum, you can put him anywhere, and he'll score 20. That's just
In his sleep.
what he does. Tatum is
He'll
that
score
good
30 in his sleep.
that you could put him anywhere on the court. Shit, you could put him
At the 1.
Yeah, and he'll score 20.
He'll score 25.
Yeah, and shoot three threes, have 10 rebounds, and 4 assists.
Yeah.
Like, that's just Jason Tatum. That's what you can expect from him night in, night out. Jaylen Brown, second highest player in the NBA. Thank God Giannis got his extension, so I don't have to say the highest player in the NBA. 3 years, $1 billion. That's all you need to know. 3 years is the important part of Giannis' contract, though.
Yeah.
Why do they only give him 3? We'll get into that later. Jaylen Brown. I think he's trying to figure out how to be 2/3 on the team in their rankings.
Okay.
Because, let's be honest here, Kristaps Porzingis was significantly better than Jaylen Brown, and I would rather Kristaps shoot every shot over Jaylen Brown last game. So Jaylen Brown's going to figure out how to continue to be, because last year it was Jaylen Brown and Jason Tatum.
Yeah.
You could toss in Derek White in there to get a clutch 3 here and there. You could toss in Marcus Smart to chuck up a 3 and miss 4 of them and then hit the one that actually matters. So it was really just Jaylen Brown and Jason Tatum.
Yeah.
1 and 1A. Jaylen Brown was 1A.
Now he's going down to 3.
Now he's 2 and 2A.
Okay.
Because Jason Tatum has taken that step, I don't think Jaylen Brown has.
Yeah.
Is this me saying Jaylen Brown is a bad player? Absolutely not. Do I think we should judge Jaylen Brown off one game? Absolutely not. Because I can guarantee you, in the next
Friday.
5 games, Friday at the minimum, which I do agree with you, I think it's going to be Friday.
Yeah.
Because that's a team he can do it against. He's going to go off.
Yeah.
And he's going to score, and he's going to prove. He's going to bring himself up to 1 and 1A.
Yeah.
Although I do think Kristaps Porzingis is going to destroy the Heat.
Dude, what?
But if you can get... Sorry to interrupt you. But if you can
I'm
get
interrupting you. That's my bad.
Jason Tatum, Jaylen Brown, and Kristaps Porzingis, all 3 of them score 25,
You can't
that's
lose.
75 points. You can't lose.
Yeah, you can't.
And, like, that's not an unreasonable thing to ask.
For those 3 guys, no way. That's easy.
Jason Tatum gets his.
Tatum averages 30.
Yeah.
Porzingis averages 23.
That's a slow night for Tatum.
Yeah.
That's a regular night for Porzingis.
And Brown, same thing.
And Brown is the same thing.
Yeah. So
they just gotta... I think the biggest issue the Celtics are gonna face... And look, Jaylen Brown is a sensitive fella. I think he's a good guy.
Yep.
But he's a sensitive guy. And I get it. I'm a sensitive guy, too. I think he's looking at this team like, we brought in Kristaps and now I'm in the 3rd spot. I think that's the way he's looking at it. And he goes, but I also think he's looking at it being like, I deserve to be that 1 spot, so I'm going to prove it. Great. You prove it. I don't think he's in the 3 spot.
Yeah.
I think he's thinking that now. Which is concerning, but also we have him in contract for like 5 years, so I don't really care. But I'd care if he was on a contract year.
Yeah.
He's not, so I don't care. Granted, he could be a diva and demand a trade, but I don't think that's the kind of guy Jaylen Brown is.
We'll get a haul back.
He's got too much going on, and yeah, we'll get another very good player back.
Yeah.
But I think what needs the key to this season's success is Jason Tatum needs to continue to be Jason Tatum, and I don't care about anyone else. I think Jason Tatum needs to do his thing and not change a single thing. Jaylen Brown needs to figure out how to play with Porzingis and Tatum.
Mm-hmm.
And how to be the 1 or the 1A or the 1C based on that night.
Yeah.
Because he's not always going to be the 1. Jason Tatum is
the guy.
He's
the guy.
He's the best player on the team.
Yeah.
He's proven it night in, night out. Consistent, can shoot from anywhere, can dribble, even though he loves dribbling it off people's feet. I don't know why.
He has MVP.
I think he's just... Yeah, like this is like MVP Tatum year.
Like he could be the best player on the floor. In the world.
Yeah. Like, last game, he looked like he was just screwing around.
Oh, my God.
So did Porzingis, though.
Yeah, you're right.
Porzingis was, like, joking around the entire game last night.
Yeah.
So, good for him. I want him to be good. this season so bad. But I think the key is
save his
Jaylen Brown.
career. Yeah, it is.
And figuring out how to play with Porzingis. Because Porzingis has his game. You're not
Yeah.
changing Porzingis' game
Yeah.
at all. And I think Joe needs to figure out what positions to put Jalen in to make him good. And I think that's a big part of how this is going to work. And I think if anyone can do it, it's Joe.
Yeah.
Because defense, that's defense.
Mm-hmm.
We're good at that. Everyone understands it. It is what it is. Play defense. Granted, we blew a couple leads. We'll work on that.
Yeah,
That's okay.
we'll grow on that.
Something to work on. Not a concern yet. My concern is Jaylen Brown working with the rest of Porzingis and Tatum because he's not used to Porzingis being there and he's not used to not being
Like on the same level as Tatum.
oh no, Tatum is covered, pass it to me, I'll score the bucket.
Yeah.
Now it's pass it to me or Kristaps.
Yes.
And now I feel like there's a little rift there.
And I think it's because they're all young players. You know, all three of them.
Which is crazy to think about.
Porzingis is
Kristaps
28.
He's not young. Old.
He's a young player.
Yeah.
Same with Brown.
And he's been injured for a lot of his career.
Yes. And 5 years in the NBA feels like an eternity, but he's still 28 years old. He's still got like 10 more years.
Yeah.
You know, so I think
I wouldn't say 10, but
well with Porzingis, you know, we'll see what happens.
maybe 8.
But you got him. You got him
at a good age,
at the right
great
time.
age.
You know,
in his prime, really.
Yeah.
28's right around where you hit your prime.
Yeah, and with Brown, he just got his contract, so he really should just be thinking about the ring now.
Yeah.
You know.
Yep.
And whether that means, hey, Porzingis and Tatum are going off on offense, I'm gonna lock down with Drew and White, and we'll be unstoppable on defense while they crush kids on offense.
And JB is still gonna get a shot too.
He will, and the thing about JB is just like you have to like get him going.
Yeah.
You in the first quarter usually that's when I see him. You just give him the rock, let him work,
let him take over,
and he just blows up, like absolutely just dominates. So fast. He's one of the top athletes in all of Boston.
Oh my god, he's the most one of.
I think he is the most athletic.
Like who's more athletic
person
than him
in the city?
Boston, or like sports player.
The most athletic athlete. I mean,
I can't think of anybody. Off the top of my head, I'm thinking more NFL than any
like
other
maybe
sport.
Bourne, but not even. He's not better than. He's
I'm not happy with Bourne right now.
He's not as good as Jalen.
Yes, I am.
But
I'm happy with Parker. But anyway, continue.
But with Jalen, you need to like just
Ron.
get him going, and then he'll start to cook and start to take over.
Yeah, and I think that's on Joe.
Joe needs to like
game plan for that.
Game plan to get Brown involved
because
early.
you saw it a lot of. I'm sorry. You continue.
No. You can go.
Okay. You saw it a lot of last year.
Yeah.
Where Jaylen Brown would take over and score 20-something points in the first half.
Yeah.
And then Jason Tatum would do it in the second half.
Yeah.
And so in the second half, people would be like, I'm locking down Jason Tatum, make Jaylen Brown take the shots, and Jaylen Brown would just like chuck up like 8 threes and they wouldn't go in.
Yeah.
Now you're Kristaps.
Yeah, so...
Huge. But we need to keep that Jaylen Brown first quarter energy going. Which is where I agree with you.
Because I mean, Tatum is like that to a little less extent, where if he's cold, sometimes you see him as really bad. But I think this year
somehow he always ends up with like 25.
This year he really worked hard. Like I think he took last year personal.
Oh,
he looks like a different player.
Oh, 100%.
So I have more confidence in Tatum figuring it out throughout the night. And like Porzingis is another player. He's 30% from 3, walking 23 points with 8 boards. 7'3". Like, I have more confidence in those guys just like doing their thing and getting buckets. Whereas Jaylen Brown, I'm saying, game plan around him, get him involved early, and he'll be good.
Yep.
You know, you just game plan for him, and he will take over. When I look at this team, I look at a young team that could very easily get cocky and start coasting and all this. They need to take every game personal.
Yep.
I'm looking at a regular season that is very important for them to do everything they can to win as many games as possible.
Okay, so here's my question. You're saying that they need to take every game personally, and they need to have that mental state, right?
They need to be like hungry
Do you
to
think
win.
that will change this year with Marcus Smart gone? Because Marcus Smart was the voice of that locker room, clearly.
Yeah.
Marcus Smart and kind of Grant Williams, but Grant Williams was just annoying and everyone made fun of him.
Yeah.
Does that mentality change with Marcus Smart being gone and Jason and Jalen being the leaders of the team?
I really think it has to.
Yes.
I think they have Charles Lee in there.
Mm-hmm.
They got Van Gundy in the back. They have these guys that are going to make sure that this team understands the stakes. You're not going to get a team like this.
Van Gundy was a very under-talked about pickup.
Huge pickup. That is like the break the glass.
Yeah.
If it's not working, break the glass. We have to put in a veteran.
What do we do, Jeff?
To fix it, you know?
It's an advisor for Joe.
Yes.
Joe's new at this.
Yes.
If Joe gets in a sticky situation, he goes, Jeff, what do I do here? And then does it the Joe way.
Yes. Because when I look at this club right now, they're in years past, they've acted like they're the LeBron Cavaliers, where the regular season doesn't really matter and all this. The 08 Celtics took it all personal. They lost like 2 games at home. But what you should do is try to win every single game at 41 games at home. Mm-hmm. You go into the playoffs, people look at the Garden, they're like, they haven't lost in there, you know?
Well, like old Foxborough when Brady was here. Like, I was listening to a podcast with, I forget who was in it, but I was listening to a podcast, and the guy was saying, he was like, we used to go to Foxborough and know we were going to lose.
Yeah.
Because
that's what they need to make the Garden.
Everyone lost in Foxborough. The Garden needs to, like, teams will say it all the time. Like, this is the, like, chapel. This is the lock safe. This is our, like, whatever. And then they get blown up.
Yeah, I mean, look at the Red Sox. It's filled with Mets fans and Dodgers and all that.
Yeah, like, that doesn't, like, it's not the same.
No,
this is our stadium.
Yeah.
You're not going to come in here and win.
Yeah.
And then when the players have that attitude, the fans have that attitude.
Yeah.
And you've seen it.
Oh,
You've been there.
Yeah.
The energy from the Celtics directly goes to the fans.
Oh, yeah. Fires them up.
If the Celtics aren't playing with energy,
you'll see
the fans just plummet.
Yeah.
Including us.
Yeah.
We've been there.
Yeah, and we've been bummed out.
And we've just been sitting there being like, what the hell is going on? And then other times, like...
Anaheim scored, but keep going.
Yeah. Boo. Other times, like, there's one that I specifically remember last year. We went to a playoffs game last year, right?
Yeah, we did.
I think it was in that playoffs game. I think we lost because of
Sixers?
course we did. Yes. Maybe.
Yeah, they played Atlanta, Philly, and
yeah, I think
Miami.
we went to the Philly game.
Yeah, we went to Phillies.
So, Blake Griffin, which he should still be on this team. Imagine Blake Griffin on this team. Oh, electric. But Blake Griffin dove for a ball and put that extra effort in and dove for a ball. The Garden went nuts.
Exploded.
Jason Tatum turnover next one, and then just complained to the ref after. Garden dead.
Yeah, the ref thing needs to go away. They're playing 4v5 when they do that.
Yeah.
So that's something that I think Drew Holiday can help eliminate because he's like a veteran and he has a ring.
I think Kristaps you could say the same thing about too.
Yeah.
He's a veteran who's been in the league. I mean, he's 28, but he got in the league when he was 18. He's been in the league forever.
They'll look at Holiday though as like he's done it.
Yeah.
You know, he's done it. He's gotten the team over the hump. But
I like what you were saying about don't lose at home.
Yeah, they can't lose.
You got to make not losing at home at a priority.
Yeah, they're 41. They can't act like they're the Warriors or the Cavs where they'll always make the finals every year.
Yeah,
they haven't done it yet, so you can't act like you've done it.
Yeah,
they haven't won anything. This team hasn't won a thing.
No,
they've made they're the team of disappointment.
Yeah.
They've made the finals They've lost in the ECF.
Not even the team of disappointment. The team of ultimate disappointment.
Yeah, like
where you get that.
You
far
have
where you
failed
taste
every
it and
single
then you fail.
year, and ownership was so done. They were so done
Well,
with
they
seeing a team
blew it up.
failing every year that Wick Grossbeck, he's quoted saying it. He saw them go down like 20 against the Heat in like Game 5 last year. You and me were watching, losing our minds. He said, "I'm not putting the same team out next year.
No,
this needs to change. They need to understand this is the Celtics. You're playing for the Celtics. We're not about just making the finals and coasting. You need to prove that you can do it first."
And I think Jason Tatum also took that personally.
He should.
Because you could see it.
Yeah.
Early on, you could see it.
Yeah. So I think he understands the stakes, but he needs someone like Holiday and Van Gundy and guys in the back to keep them in check, Charles Lee.
Yep.
Keep them in check and understand, go out every single night, build a winning culture, win 65 games, 41 at home, and build momentum going into the playoffs.
You see who was practicing the other day?
Who?
Rondo.
There you go. Get those guys in there. Rondo, Pierce, Garnett.
Pierce was working with Tatum all offseason.
He was. And I saw Garnett a little bit in there,
KG was there too, yeah.
Those guys should be in there all the time.
Do I want Pierce talking to Tatum a whole bunch? Not really. But don't put your personal views on Tatum, just your basketball views.
Yeah.
Just strictly basketball, Paul. Strictly basketball. We don't need Tatum with hookers.
But Garnett is that guy that he made sure that 08 Celtics team was not a coasting, ego.
Who's the Garnett on this team? Obviously, I know.
People want Tatum to be it, but he's not.
No one's going to be Garnett.
Yeah, no one's going to be Garnett.
No one's going to be Garnett. He's a psychopath. Still is to this day. He said himself he's toned it down a lot. But he's said, I was crazy. I would do this stuff just to get everyone else fired up.
Yeah.
Who's going to be the guy that does the big thing that fires everyone up? It should be Tatum, but I don't think Tatum's that kind of guy. Actually, Tatum has said, I'm not that kind of guy.
Yeah,
but I do it in my way.
Yeah.
Which is cool.
So, when it comes down to who's going to be the next Garnett, I mean, they're going to try to find that voice. It doesn't even have to be a player. It could be a coach.
Could be.
I don't think you'll find KG, but you need someone that the team as a whole needs to really take a look at this year and understand the stakes.
Absolutely.
So we'll definitely see what happens.
We'll keep you updated.
41 wins at home, 68 overall, 65. That's the bar for them. They're too talented. They just need to figure out how the puzzles fit together.
Absolutely.
So, as for that, we'll call it a night. Episode 24, Patrick. It's been a pleasure.
It's always been a pleasure. Thank you so much for being here. Thank you so much for watching. Find us on all the listening platforms, social media, Instagram, Twitter, TikTok. Check out the TikTok. Check out the Instagram. Those are the big ones. Thank you for watching. We'll see you on the next one.
Have a good night, everybody.
Peace.
Sweet.
Good work. That was fun.
Oh, these are some good pods, bro.
Dude, those Angry Orchards are